Hello and welcome to my Business Analytics Capstone project presentation for fraud analytics in the credit card industry. My name is Bukola Michelle Okolaja. My research question is, how is business intelligence useful for fraud analytics, and why fraud detection system is so important in today's world? For my data source, I looked at different data source websites, and they are: one, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This is where the home of the US government open data are, and this is where complaints are received for financial products and services. This is an open access data and available for public use. I also looked at the Federal Reserve's Bank of New York, the Center for Microeconomic Data. For this website, the data sets are from the economists engaged in scholarly research and policy-oriented analysis on a wide range of important issues. The report survey is from the findings for the respondents overall, as well as the demographics, including age, education, gender, and income. And this also includes the composition of the debt balance per capita by state and credit card debt balance per capita. I also looked at the UCI libraries, and basically this is where machine learning UCI machine learning depository is collection of database is basically stored. I also looked at the England and Wales, you know, crime on England and Wales for additional tables on fraud and cybercrime. And finally, I looked at the Inland Revenue Services for the tax stats for individual income tax statistics, zip code and zip code data. For my expected variables, I will be looking at the expected fraud loss, because at the end of the day, most companies want to know what the actual cost is. And I'll also be looking at the transaction type, what kind of transaction is it? Is it something that they usually, is it out of character? Is this somewhere that they usually buy items from before? I'll be looking to see if they've applied for any other new products or new credit products within the last 12 months, and if credit limit has been increased, and credit card increase has been granted within the last 12 months, if they maxed out the credit card within the last 12 months, and what the current balance of the account is, and possibly a credit score. After deciding to choose fraud analytics in the credit card industry, I had to look for data sets. And I had to do a research, examine which data was a good enough fit for me, or almost a good fit for my data and for my research. And I had to decide which variables to keep and which one to delete and which one to edit. I also I also had to decide which tools I'll be using, and for this capstone I'm using the SAS and Tableau. And the reason why I chose SAS is because some of the data I came across were text data as well as actual numeric data. And basically SAS enables me to do a text mining to help me filter out the data, and use some of the nodes that text and that SAS has, like the filter node, the cluster node and the regression node for my analysis. And for Tableau, um, I was able to use Tableau to basically, simplify my raw data into easily understood formats, which will help me, have like a good story, which would help me with my data visualization. So basically, I'm able to have like a good dashboard and tell a good story, and which forms part of my reports. And after doing all of that, I then embark on actually doing the actual reports by writing the abstracts, which is usually between 150 words to 300 words, of just like what the story, basically what the background story is, like a review of what the capstone is about. And then I go into the introductions of like the major topics. For example, the business intelligence, what is business intelligence, and how technology works in our today world, and talk about data gathering and the governance of actually data gathering, and talk about the security of the security today, and how basically data is stored. And all of these should help me come to a good conclusion, and basically help me come to a good conclusion. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.